Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
And he says to her, listen, you got a fine white girl ass. So I don't like the look of this D. Listen, I don't need gay or straight boner pills. My boner works just fine.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I want to see movies! I think I've died and gone straight to honker heaven. Boobs are amazing.
1 second. 1 second. Just checking something here. 1 second. Trying to make sure I have the right video. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Howdy, all. Welcome to the Daily Dive, the Double D's, where I'm always prepared. Listen, I'm kind of scrambling here to make sure I have all the things that I want to talk about stuff because, as you'll find out in a minute, stupid jackass grifter won't let us read his article. We'll get to that in a moment. Anyway, howdy, y'all. Hope you guys are having a nice Tuesday afternoon. I am a little scattered all over the place because I'm having some life-changing things happening right now. I am officially moving the second week in August. Yes, it's only to another place in town. It's only about 10 minutes away, but I am still moving. There's been some things going on here. I've detailed some of the stories of the current complex I live in, that it's not very nice. And let's just say, as I predicted, they are officially kicking us out at the end of our lease. They did not renew it because of situations that happened. That was their fault, not ours, but they made up some stories. Either way, but we have found another place to live. But of course, things are expensive. So I am basically just trying to get things together so that it can be as smooth move as possible, and so that I can continue to keep a roof over our head. Either way, yeah, moving as always, it sucks. Fortunately, it's not a huge move, Ginger Norseman. There'll be a window, hopefully, where I can do a lot of the moving by myself, basically make a bunch of trips in the car with boxes and items and this and that to lessen the movers, because we got to get movers because we got real serious furniture that needs actually putting into a truck. But not a lot, but either way. So essentially the second week in August, there will be a little bit of a hiccup for content and streaming starting on likely August 8th, Saturday, August 8th through the 11th, because my move-in day is 11. Lease ends here, literal move-in day is 11 there. So it's all literally happening. Bug. On the same day. And hopefully within the next 4 days after that, I'll have everything, up and running so that we can get to Lanterns, because Lanterns drops on August 16th, and that's the goal. Making sure I'm all set up in my new semi-studio so that we can properly rip that James Gunn DCU piece of shit apart. Either way. So just to let you guys know, that's what's going on here. And I don't like to really, I hate to frame it like this, but as I've been saying, now it really is official. All earnings, donations, tips, super chats, just your generosity of supporting the channel goes towards the move, the June tier, and probably the July tier as well, when we reset the June tier. Everything goes towards helping me move right now. All of it. all goes towards that. Anything the channel earns helps that, and anything the channel earns also going forward also, helps pay the rent. So your support is appreciated. Watch those videos, hit those like buttons, hang out with the streams. Let's get going. Now you'll see I've changed the $1,000 thing. This is going to be the $1,000 tier throughout the summer. Will you be able to save him from summer camp? Summer camp, translation, mutilation. Because I will honor the fact that on the day of doom, you all said I have to keep him. I will honor that fact. But you didn't say what I had to do with him. You just said I had to keep him. And unless we hit $1,000 by the end of the month in donations, and that's the tier, if we do not hit that, he will start to lose body parts. We're going to start with the hands, then the arms, then the ears, then the eyes, and then disembowelment and decapitation. So only you could save him. You wanted him to torture me forever, but you didn't read the fine print. So there it is. If we don't get there, he's going to lose a hand at the end of June. It's thieving hands. He is a thief. He will lose a hand at the end of June. If you want me to remain tortured by his dead-eyed look forever, you have to reach it every month. So there you go. Let's have some fun. Anyway, what are we going to do today? Of course, Mondays, I generally do take Mondays off because nothing happens on Mondays. And it's essentially recap from the weekend. But now, some stuff happened yesterday that I do want to talk about. I got a couple things I want to talk about here. One, I know a Nintendo Direct happened today, so we're going to look at that and kind of parse it, and see how. Now, remember, if I turn my chair slightly here, hang on, wait, there we go. Yeah, see, there's my Switch. That's where it lives. I don't use my Switch. I'm really not a Nintendo guy. I got it to play a couple of things, and I didn't even play them all because I don't really enjoy the Switch. I don't enjoy Nintendo in general. I go where there are good games. I go where some of the only games are, and a couple things are only on Nintendo, but very few and very, very few and far between for me. Point being, though, we will take a look at what happened in the Nintendo Direct this morning. I will give my kind of neutral thoughts on it, but at the same time, it is interesting because there were things announced that are not just Nintendo related that I do want to comment on. So we will check that out. We will talk about, let's see, what else we're going to talk about. We got the news, general news announcements. We'll go through. And then here's my primary thing I want to go into today. Last week, both on Tryhards and then on Roundtable, we celebrated the fact that there are some interesting, fun, good-looking games coming out at the end of this year and in 2027. Looking good. Very excited about a lot of things. But at the same time, there are some things that not just I'm excited for, but everyone's excited for. Wait, what's this? Wrong. Your ears you keep. I'll tell you why, so that every child sing. Yeah. I get it. I know that line. Yes, your ears are that you keep. Yeah. I know the line. As I was saying, there is one thing though that has been universally met with excitement. Stellar Blade 2, Blood Rain, or just Stellar Blade Blood Rain. And everybody saw this and went, fuck yeah. Well, almost everybody. There are those out there who we rightfully call grifters, who are fake nerds, who are fake geeks, fake whatever. They are not really a part of our group. They prey on our group. They try to siphon off money and support from our group. and also from others by hiding behind certain monikers or certain systems such as faith and religion. I normally do not pick fights with other people, other content creators. I normally do not. But I make rare exceptions. And one of the rare exceptions is John Delarose, JDA. John Delarose is a piece of crap. He is fake. He has somehow, over the past 10 odd years, crafted a small section on social media and grifted and somehow bamboozled enough people to have staying power and traction. But he is not a fan of everything, of anything. He's not a fan of anything. He's a fan of himself. And, you know, according to legal documents, hitting his wife. But at the same time, legal documents, it's real. There are legal documents. I don't have to go allegedly. Legal documents say so. John Delarose basically wants you to believe he's on your side. Right now, among the many things he's doing, one of them is Stargate. He's trying to convince the world that he's a Stargate fan and that you should get behind him as everybody charges at Amazon MGM. We're not going to talk about that here. We're going to talk about Stellar Blade Blood Rain, though. That's just multiple examples. But Stellar Blade Blood Rain came out, and everybody was excited. Everybody with a brain, everybody who played the game, the first game. I got my copy right there. It's archived on this channel in the members section. You can, or is it on the other channel? Whoops, hold on. Hang on, sorry. Dang it. Hold on. Burp. Hit the thing. My arm hit the thing. Hold on. Must restore the background. There we go. I apologize. Apologize for that. Everybody excited, except for everybody was excited for Stellar Blade, except for John Delarose. And as I was saying, I don't care. There's my copy right there. I played it. I think the playthrough is on this channel. It might be on my defunct gaming channel. I don't remember, but my playthrough is somewhere. It's either here in the member section or on my defunct gaming channel. But I played it. I liked it. I'll replay it again right before Stellar Blade 2 because I need to get the canon ending. I didn't get the canon ending. I chose one of the non-canon endings on my first playthrough. So I'll replay it again just to get warmed up for Stellar Blade Blood Rain. But John Delarose and his minions, because he has minions, one in particular we're going to focus on here, they had a different reaction. Stellar Blade. A weird reaction. What is that reaction? To quote this piece of crap, regardless of what you think of Evie and Stellar Blade Blood Rain, it's never good to make moves to divide the fans. Stellar Blade Blood Rain protagonist Evie divides fans as CEO defends younger design. Okay. John Delarose and his ilk, well, his prime minion, Yours Torch, we'll get back to him in a second. They are claiming that Evie here is childlike. It's a child, and that you're a PDF file if you're in that. And then it's divided fans. Now, I was going to go over his article here at his website that he helps run, Fandom Pulse. Problem is, he gated it. He gated it. I tried to claim it. They either want me to subscribe and pay him or retardedly use Substack to get in there, and I'm not going to fuck around with that. He gate kept his article so that we cannot react to it without giving him money. So I'm sorry, I was going to do this, but we'll read the first part of it. Shift Up's follow-up to its 2024 PS5 hit Stellar Blade launched its first controversy before anyone could play the same level. What controversy? He'll tell you. The reveal trailer for Stellar Blade Blood Rain dropped at Summer Game Fest on June 5th, 2026. Introduced a new protagonist, Evie. Let's remember, he couldn't even get it straight originally that Evie and Eve were two different people. Remember that. An android operative in a cyberpunk cityscape and split the game's fan base with hours. Split the game's fan base. Oh, no. Everybody is excited for this. Let's look. All right, this is the niche game one. This is not the official trailer. I apologize. Let's go over to the IGN one, which is the one that got a lot of the attention. Just real quick. We'll go over to the IGN one here. Hold on. Set up. We're just talking here. Wow. 68 to 7.9, 1.2 million. I mean, it's not a huge thing, but it's IGN. I wonder what the shift up one looks like. Either way. No, everybody's excited for this. And you know why? Because it looks fucking awesome. But two, they claim that there's a divide because Evie is childlike. Yort's torch right here. Eve was a symbol of hope. She rallied us against censorship. Eve made a stream about a future of gaming with beautiful, elegant, and seductive female characters. But Evie just came here to divide us, to sow discord among the best fan community. Eve unites, Evie fragments. No. Let's go right to it right here as Evie takes off her stuff. She's gonna disrobe here in a moment. And I think, sorry, I didn't have the right timestamp. Here we go. I apologize for the delay there. I didn't have the right. As I said, I was going to have this properly set up, but because I was trying to get into a stupid article, I didn't have everything properly set up and ready to go at the last minute. Here we go. There it is right there. If you think that this is childlike, let's go back. Let's go back and watch that ass jiggle. She's just short. The CEO said she's not a child. She's just short. That is not a child's ass. That is not a child's ass. That is not a child's body. That is not a child's boobs that are bouncing all over the place there. That is a small but fit woman whose model is also a South Korean supermodel. There, let's go back right here. We go back right there. That is, let's go. Oh, come on, game. Oh, okay, that worked. There we go. That is a woman. That is a grown, adult, legal woman right there. We'll go back. Let's watch the frames again here. That's a woman right there. That is a woman's body. She is not a child. I'm sorry. I'm at a loss of words because you read this. They want you to tell that they're making these games for not straight men and this and that. How out of touch can you possibly be if you think that people are divided over this? That it's a younger design. That's a woman. That's a woman. And here's the thing. John De La Rose says these things because, as I said, he's not a fan of anything. He's not actually he's not a gamer. He's not a nerd. He doesn't watch anything, doesn't play anything, doesn't read anything. He reads his own stuff, which he literally writes in less than a month, which means it's shit. As opposed to myself and you, we have these games. We play these games. We put them up. We show them. We enjoy them. We discuss them. And yes, when it comes to Eve and Evie, we get aroused by them. Once again, this is the body of a woman. Let's go back to a better shot here. There we go. That is the body of a woman. That is not the body of a child. And if you are pushing a narrative that says something is divided, you're doing this just for your own. What's this? Sorry. Retarded shit. Sorry. Spammers. Sorry. Distracted me. If you are doing this route, if you are John De La Rose and his butt buddy Yorch Torch, you're doing this to create some sort of grift faction claiming it's religious based or something like that to serve your own needs. When this got announced, all I've heard since then is yes, yes, yes. We are excited. We want to play this game. We are ready for it. We are happy. We're going to have fun. But these guys don't know what fun is because they don't partake in anything fun. They partake in being grifters. They partake in pushing false narratives so that they create a strange following of non-fans. And when you push back at them, he'll hide behind his so-called Christian values. He'll hide behind his faith. He'll claim that everything you say about him are lies, when in fact there is legal documentation for many of the things John De La Rose has done. And he can never provide evidence. I mean, I challenge John De La Rose. I challenge him. Show me you've played Stellar Blade 1. Show me. Show me. And don't just suddenly buy it and play it for 5 minutes. Show me your save files. Show me your dates. Show me the receipt on when you purchased it. I could dig up my purchase for Stellar Blade. I can go to my Amazon account right now and show you I was a week 1 purchase on that game. I can show you. I doubt he can show. I very much doubt. Because he is fake. He's a grifter. And his butt buddy here is also a fake and a grifter. This guy doesn't play anything. He doesn't know anything. He does the bidding of John De La Rose. And if you push back, he screams, "You aren't here to play normal games. You're being part of the woke problem." These are guys who still cry, "Woke, woke, woke," when woke is not a term even used anymore. We've moved on. DEI, identity politics, commie Marxism. John De La Rose, as I said, for some reason has a following. But not everybody's aware of who or what he is. But this is what he is. And he won't even let you challenge him because he locks his content behind a paywall. He doesn't let it be criticized because he knows that if I could read this full article without jumping through hoops, I and many others would be able to annihilate his points. That's why he doesn't put a link here. That's why he just posts the picture that you see right here. That's why he does it, because he wants you to give him money for nothing. At least when those of us creating content ask you for money, we're providing entertainment, providing you with receipts and our points. He won't even do that. He'll just put a blurb right here, put that, and say, "Believe me." Well, we don't believe it, JDA. We don't believe you. What I do believe is that you've never played these games. You're never going to play these games. And you'll never give a straight answer because you are a fake fan. You are a fake nerd. And you do not have the best interests of Western gaming, Western writing, Western television in mind. You do it all because you're trying to grift money off of people who actually do care. Fuck John De La Rose. I don't even say fuck your shorts because this guy's a minion. He's a lackey. He ain't nothing. But fuck JDA. And I'm sorry for people who have been snowed by this con man. Complete and total con man. All right. I'm done with that. So I had to get that out because it boggled my mind. Completely boggled my mind to see them trying to push this idea that people are angry about Eevee. All right, Ariel, and I saw Algrim to you guys asking, who is this guy? All right, here, all right, John De La Rose. He appeared about a decade ago. We'll say around 16, 17. He claims to be a comic artist and a comic writer. He claims to be a #1 best-selling author. This is a guy who fabricates his entire persona. He originally came around during the second age of Comicsgate when EVS took over. And back when we were all believing that EVS was a guy to follow. he tried to make comics and get involved with that, but got revealed for being a fake comic writer and a comic artist. And he was a villain in the second age of Comicsgate. After that, he decided to be an auteur and write his own stuff and claims to be a #1 best-selling author, but doesn't actually sell anything. He self-publishes. And granted, I'm going to self-publish too, but even when I self-publish, until I actually am legitimately sold in places, I will never claim to be a #1 best-selling author, because how can I if I'm not charting anywhere? I'll be a selling author because I hope you guys will buy my books, but I'll never claim that. But he just sells one book and claims to be a best-selling author. You know, let me bring this up just to show you what I'm talking about and how fucked up and retarded he is. Let me see if I can get this. John Del Rose Space Fleet Academy. So right here we go. Oh wait, I can't show this. Hang on, am I signed in here? Hang on, I need to sign out on my Amazon. I need to sign out on Amazon because it'll dox me. Hang on. No, let me sign out. Let me sign out. I want to sign out. So let me sign out. Let me sign out. Damn it, Amazon. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm logged into Amazon on my Chrome. I never buy anything. I don't do business on Chrome with my Amazon account. I don't know why I'm logged in here. I do not know. Oh, here we go. There we go. Sign out. Found it. I never sign out, so I don't know where to do it. All right, let's re-sign in. So now I'm not logged in anywhere. So now let me share the screen. We're giving attention to this guy Ariel because people need it. Normally you don't give attention, but in this case you must, because I hate liars. And I hate liars pushing false narratives. I hate this. So this is his latest example right here. Now, let me show you this latest example. During Starfleet Academy, when we were all shitting on it, John Del Rose decided to pretend he was an actual Star Trek fan. And he said, I'm writing real Starfleet Academy books. It's called Space Fleet Academy. And he wrote these 4 books within a 3-month period. Any writer worth their salt, that's not how it works. Yeah, John Del Rose and Vox Day. You can look these guys up. These guys are not. 4.5 out of 4.6. Yeah, these don't believe this shit. This guy is a crap writer. And he just shits these things out and calls himself a #1 best-selling author. Here's the thing, though. He has no actual library. He has shit that he writes and nobody actually buys. That's the thing. And he just puts it out as digital copy. He's not making physical copies. But essentially what he is he's a fake author. He's a fake comic creator. And he wants you to believe that he's some sort of champion for Christians, some sort of champion for nerds, and that he's only attacked because because people are against him because he's Christian, or that he's trying to tell people how bad gay people are. That's what his existence is. Yeah, it varies on people. When I'm in full writer's mode, I can churn out a 200 to 300 page book in about 4 months if I'm in full writer mode and I'm not doing anything else. But then there's several months of editing. The rest of those 3-4 months after that, edit 1, edit 2, edit 3, pre-readers get back to me, edit 4, edit 5, then I let it sit, then I go back, edit 6. You know, I catch the little mistakes, catch the typos, catch maybe an inconsistency, something like that. We all have our own speeds, but no matter what your speed is, there has to be editing. There has to be editing. And you cannot just write something and dump it out. That's what you did as a fanfic writer when you're getting your personal experience. That's what I did. When you're a fanfic writer, yeah, you can write it, give it a quick edit, dump it out because it's a fanfic. But this guy didn't do anything. He just writes these things and puts them out. He's not real. But he runs all over social media pretending he's some sort of guardian of nerddom. And he must be called out. Because it's people like him that make it harder for us to properly argue against people making the bad faith arguments. And I'm including him in the bad faith argument. It's hard to fight stands when he gets associated with us, with those of us who are fighting against the corpo corruption, the desecration of our franchises. I brought it up right now also. He's running around right now trying to pretend he's some sort of champion for Stargate during this whole Amazon MGM Stargate fiasco going on. I doubt he's watched 5 minutes of SG-1 Atlantis Universe. Maybe he's seen the original movie. I'll give him that much credit because that's 30 years ago and everybody watches movies. But I doubt he's actually watched SG-1. I doubt he even knows what Atlantis is. And that's the thing. Because there's doubt. I'm not the only one that doubts him. Everybody doubts him. This guy has zero credibility. I just the other day I came across of a quote tweet from Master of the TDS, basically calling out Delarose, saying, "I tried to be your friend, but you don't have friends. You have people you use." It was out there, and he did a whole thing. You know what? Maybe I'll bring that up right now. Give full credit to the man. Give full credit to the man for putting on that there. Because again, guys like Master TDS, like myself, we don't generally involve ourselves in directly drama. Hail to you, Setlick. Hail to you. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Master TDS. Here we go. I'm gonna bring this up. Let me see if it's here. It should be. It was from the other day, so it should. Here we go. Here we go. Just to show you this right now. Just to show you I'm not full of shit. And other legitimate social media people who do work. I mean, here's the thing. Master TDS does good work. He's one of those good guys that digs up news and corroborates all that kind of stuff. He's very good at that stuff. And he put this up here. John, I blocked you in Yorch. Remember Yorch Torch? We just saw him as well. Yorch Torch is basically he docks with JDA. He docks with him. I blocked you in Yorch because you base friendships on public support and clout. If someone doesn't promote or retweet you, it's somehow a slight. I'm not like you. I never will be. And that bothers you. But before I go back to ignore you, one last thing. This is now his. Oh, it's got a song. Okay, you know what? Let's listen to the song. Let me redo this one. Let me bring it up with audio. Let's bring it up with audio because there's a song. I only read it. I didn't listen to the song the first time. So let's bring it back up. And here's a song. So this is by The Victim song, The Victim King. Let's listen to this. Did I ever tell you how victimized I am? Let's look at this. Extra soft for sensitive souls, world's biggest victim, and a bottle of tears. Let's listen to this.
Oh no, oh dear, can it really be true? John's back on the internet ranting anew.
Cancel culture, villains everywhere. Nobody listens to me because that's his thing. That's his thing. I'm a victim of cancel culture. Everybody's just against me.
He's typing, he's posting, he's fuming with flair, declaring that villains are hiding everywhere.
Yeah, he's terminally online. JDA is terminally online like every other fake fan out there.
Then John got a throne and a bright little thing, a wobbly gold crown for the Victim King. He took to the stage and made quite a fuss. I'm cancelled, persecuted. Look what they've done to me.
Yeah, look what they've done to me. Look what they've done to me. You to quote Obi-Wan, you did this to yourself.
The people just stared, one muttered, "By who?" One scratched at his head and said, "Sir, who even are you?"
There it is. There it is. So I only know this stuff because I have been around for so long on different spheres. You find normal folks, you don't know these things. You don't know who he is. I know who he is through osmosis and being there. You don't know, but you should know. So you can point and laugh at him and call him out for being the victim king, as Master Tedious says here.
For John is a victim with no cause to claim. He reaches for clout and he calls it a name.
That's it. I like that line, with a no cause to claim. If there is something out there in our spheres that we all popular, whether it's gaming or comics or literature or television or movies, and if he sees it's something that people are talking about, he will try to latch onto it and make it about not only him, but that he has some giant stake in it and he has been there all the time and you have to follow him. That's this song. I'm assuming Master TDS did this using a little AI bot, and it's brilliant so far. Applaud to you, Master TDS. Applaud to you. Good job, sir. This guy, this is John De La Rose in a nutshell. Has no cause to claim. That is the perfect line. He has no real cause except John De La Rose. That's his only cause.
No banner, no backbone, no truth he can bring.
No truth he can bring, because everything he says is a lie, because he has no actual experience in the things he's talking about, which is why I brought it up with Stellar Blade. I sincerely doubt he has actually played the game. I doubt he even owns it. I doubt it.
So starve him of clapping, don't feed him a thing.
True. We should not be feeding him. But this isn't feeding him directly. This is simply educating people. You must educate people. That is kind of the job that one of the things I am most proud of in the things I do on this channel. I want to educate you guys on things, whether it's just about nerd shit or about individuals that you should know about. Because let's say you didn't know who I was. Let's say you didn't follow me, you didn't follow anybody, and you're new to the sphere. You're new to internet, social media, nerd shit, and you came across one of his posts claiming that he is your guy to follow on this stuff. You wouldn't know. You might be bamboozled. You might be grifted or conned by this guy. And that is why, yes, you don't feed the troll. You don't feed him. But knowledge is power, and you should know who these people are.
So hear this, dear John, though you huff and you preen, you aren't any king, you're not regal, not seen.
That crown is just paper, those robes are pretend. You're naked of purpose. This is where your story ends.
His purpose is to make money, which is all our purposes. We all want to make money. At least I try to do it honestly, not grift on you or con you.
John, one more thing that I have to say.
Stop posting on X and seek therapy today.
Yeah, don't be terminally online. A lot of people should take that advice. Don't be terminally online. We're going to get to another story about that in a minute. It's a personal one, which I have fun with. Don't be terminally online. Because when you're terminally online, there's always something to contradict you and get you caught up in your own hypocrisy if you're terminally online. So bravo, Master of the TDS, for making this statement and putting a nice little ditty together that perfectly encapsulates John De La Rose. So I wanted to, that is who he is. And Master TDS could put it no better than that. And thank you once again. All credit to Master TDS for having that available for us to show. And that's a slam. That's a slam. Yeah, that's the thing. There's ignoring, and then there's when JDA he will actually try to ruin people who disagree with him. He will. Yeah. 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 There it is. Weasel just proved the point, as you're saying that right there, as Master TDS said. If you don't retweet him or show support, he will turn on you because you're only useful to him if you agree with him. So that's the thing. Normally you can ignore guys like this, but people need to know. And here's the problem. John Della Rose just celebrated talking about crossing 70,000 YouTube subscribers, which, fuck, if he has 70,000, why don't I? Why don't I? I do actual work. He doesn't. Point is, people are still being conned by JDA. They're still being conned. And there needs to be this. Anyway, Ginger Norseman for $10. Cheers for the streams. Hope this helps. Thank you, Ginger Norseman, for your support, for your generosity. And we will now update. We're going to update the banner. Let's update it. It's another $10. That puts us at 75 for June, which means we are one step closer to you guys earning a top 10 video out of me. A top 10 video. Anyway, thank you, Ginger Norseman, for the $10, my friend. Okay, now I did talk about you normally don't want to feed the trolls or mock them, but I have to do this. I have to share two glorious moments that I earned a nice block the other day. I earned a block. So the other day, you guys know that I have my favorites that I pick out for my Stan, essentially breakdowns of how they behave with the different franchises and stuff. You know, I do that. One of my favorites is a guy called the Moonlight Warrior. The Moonlight Warrior. You guys have seen him many times. I brought him up generally concerning James Gunn's DCU. Well, he's been doing interesting stuff lately. On the one hand, he got it right a couple weeks ago when he was dumping all over Disney Star Wars and the favorites Mandalorian and Grogu. At the same time, he decided to get on the let's dump on Masters of the Universe train, which is fair because, Masters of the Universe is failing completely and totally. But back to Mandalorian and Grogu. When you have Mandalorian and Grogu and its numbers were very similar to Supergirl, but you're running around claiming that Supergirl is going to be okay, and I call you out for being a hypocrite, what do you think his move was? He blocked me. I've been trying to get his block since last year. So this is a trophy on the wall. Trophy on the wall. This guy is a hypocrite. He cannot see the difference between his own failing IP franchise and the other ones he already attacks are failing. Because let's remind you, Supergirl's projected opening on its $175 million budget is $64 to $77 million. That's a similar production budget and a lower opening production prediction than Mandalorian and Grogu, which is flopped. I pointed that out repeatedly for the past week, and it finally got to him, and he blocked me. He could have just muted me, and I would never know. But as Dermy says, when you block somebody, that means you got under their skin because you hit that target. You pushed the right button that it hurt them. So I got that one. At the same time, let's go back to my my main page here. Then there's our favorite. Good old Tatooine Sons, who hasn't blocked me yet, but I ratioed him again when he decided to talk about some fake Wookiee in Disney Star Wars, how it's canon. And all I said was, what kind of psychopath frames a Disney Star Wars comic book? Seriously, what kind of psychopath frames a Disney Star Wars comic? That's psychotic behavior. Look at him. This is a psychopath who's only a couple of years older than me, by the way. He's not that much older than me. He comes from my generation. He should know better, but he doesn't. He He constantly will throw real Star Wars under the bus to try and save Star Wars. So I just wanted to show this, that this is who you troll. You troll people like this. You make fun of them and you ratio them. And this dude, he is spiraling. He continues to spiral so hard. He continues this after getting trashed on Mandalorian and Grogu. Now he's all about how great The Last Jedi is. He's nonstop for 3 weeks now. Nonstop. All day long. I mean, I wondered, does he have a real job? I don't know. I don't know where, Ariel. Let's go. All right, you know what? We'll go back and look. I'll go back and look. Let's bring it back up. I'll go back and look. We got time. We only got a couple more things to do here. We've got plenty of time. Plenty of time. When in fact, we'll supersize the picture. We'll supersize the picture and we'll dissect this here. Because this is a guy. This is a guy that deserves every bit of mocking you can give him. I think that he's holding the camera because look at where the angle of the whatever this is above it there. I think he just is holding it in an angle and he's retarded. Seriously, who frames worthless Disney Star Wars comics? Who does this? And he's always going about, I'm wearing Star Wars clothes. No, nobody walks around wearing Star Wars clothes all day long. You wear it to a convention. Or if it's the last shirt on your shelf on laundry day. There it is. No one even knows what that is, and you framed it. Ha ha ha! Disney still confirmed. Yes, and look how gloriously I ratioed him. He only got 6 likes on this. This guy is terminally online, just like John De La Rose is terminally online. But the difference is, you don't need to know who this guy is because he really is worthless. He's nothing. He's just fun to make fun of. He's just a hobby of. He's just a punching bag for me, and I enjoy it. The art, and here's the thing: cover art should be the. Wait, here's something I'm sure many of you know who are into comics. The cover art should be one of the sexiest things about your comic. The cover art should be so impressive that it draws you in. What is this garbage? Excellent point, Ariel. What is this garbage? And who the fuck is Turbis? Who the fuck is Turbis? Or is that supposed to be Chewie? I don't know. I don't even know what any of this is. Fake. Fake, fake, fake. And this guy deserves all the ridicule. Whenever he posts something, I mean, I don't say don't go hunt him down. Don't go pick a fight. When he posts something, mock him. But choose the right one. Don't do the one which is clearly the engagement bait. Do the one that's just do the most retarded one. Because he posts engagement bait. He got a 2 million view post with one of the last ones he did. And now he's trying to engage, but hit the ones that make fun of him hard. That's my advice. Don't just go after him. Something short for bus. Yeah, Turbis. It's the Disney Star Wars stand short bus. That's what that is. All right. I've got one more thing. All right. You guys know before we go to the news, we got news still. Why is that man hanging TP on his walls? Because I guess he doesn't wipe his ass. Anyway, I got one more thing here. I got uno mas. Before we go to the news, I got this. So you guys know I've been trying to find a game to play. I have at least a month before possibly I go Echoes Behind Ground. And I have a little bit of non-money saved aside. I'm not breaking my rule about saving all my money for the move. This is I have the ability to buy one game right now. One game. Because I got a little money I got a little, basically credit set aside for something or other. Set aside that isn't being used for anything. That can't be used to pay a bill or stuff like that. Stuff that cannot be used to pay bills or pay rent. So, yeah, see, I saw the Gothic remake. And I thought about that, but I wasn't interested in it 20 years ago. So I don't know if I'm going to be interested in it now. But I do like this one, though. I got this. This came out in 2024. It's been on Steam, and just today, I saw it the other day, and just today it's got its console release, which makes it easy for me to get my hands on and make sure it's playable. A game called Bellwright. You guys heard of this game called Bellwright? Essentially, RPG, strategy, survival, base building with a story. From what I understand, you are a guy who's been accused of an assassination that you didn't do, and you've been hiding out for years, and you've returned to a kingdom that has been usurped. And now you're going to build your base and rebuild your life and try and take it back. So here's the trailer. Is the audio there? I don't think the audio's there. Yeah, I fucked up. Hit the wrong one. Yeah. Dang it. Yeah, he did. There we go. Audio's there now. Let's go back. I was talking and not paying attention. Bring it back up. There we go. Listen, I want to actually play with a big titty goth girl. I don't want to play as one. I want to play with one. Okay. Anyway, I have not looked at this game before. No, it's not like Fate. It's not like Fate Keeper, which we had looked at before. I haven't looked at this game before. I'm pretty sure because I checked it. It wasn't in my search history. So here we go. Mad Queen rules the kingdom. All right, so basically you got to build an army and build a base and build a town and build more towns, which is kind of up my alley. And it's RPG aspects and it's action RPG stuff in it. Gameplay footage right here. Gameplay footage. Building a town. And you know what? It's co-op. Free the land. This gameplay. All right. Or with your friends. Now, I don't have PS Plus right now because that costs money. But co-op. Co-op. All right. Live today. No physical copy, so it would be a digital purchase because there's no physical copy. You see, I'm not playing any survival games right now, so I'm fine. That's not a negative for me right now. I kind of wish it wasn't survival. I don't think everything needs to be survival, but this came out in 2024 when a lot of these indie developers were making these survival games. So I'm not surprised it has a survival mechanic to it. I'm not surprised because that was a big thing in 2024. Everything had a survival mechanic to it. But I'm kind of feeling this. I'm kind of feeling this right now. Now I could pull the trigger today. I could pull the trigger today. But I don't know. It depends if you guys would be interested in watching me stream this, because this should be a streaming thing. I would stream this. It'd be a combination stream and private play, a combo of both. Because I still have to keep myself busy until I circle Echoes of Aincrad. Even when Echoes of Aincrad comes out next month, I probably wouldn't get it until August after the move, when I could afford to get it, because that's going to be a larger purchase because I'm going to get the digital deluxe version, which has the extra content I want in it. And I can't do that until August. Can't do this. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's the correct way to say it, Ariel. No games get replaced. You guys know you stream what you stream, and Crimson Desert is just kind of falling out of favor with me at the moment because I played it too much and it was dragging for me, and I've heard enough that I'm gonna wait until it gets its next round of major content and DLC updates before I go back to it and give it another shot. I just ran out of steam on it. It was coming no challenge anymore. And yes, Adam, put it on hard mode. Yeah, their version of hard mode is just added HP and unnecessary things to make it hard. So I didn't need to do that. Watch this now. I'm going to watch a comment on Whalefall trailer just released. What? I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what that is, Algram. I have no idea. No idea what that is. Oh, I mean, all right, so you're having a great time. The game is great. I give it a 7 out of 10 overall. Not having finished it yet, but it has its problems. And the longer you play, the more the problems start to mount and manifest. But it's a great game. But I've played it for almost 400 hours, and I'm saturated with it. Whale Fall. All right. I have no idea what that is, but Bellred. So I'm thinking about playing Bellred, and I'd like your guys' opinion if I should jump on that one. I'd like your opinion. Anyway. Whale Fall. No idea what Whale Fall is. Never heard of it. A Josh Brolin thriller movie? All right. All right. All right, we'll take a look at it. Hang on. Not a particular fan of Josh Brolin either. Let's understand that. I don't dislike him, but I don't necessarily care for him. All right, I guess we'll give this a look. But who made this? Hang on. Who made this? Hold on. Let me take a look who made this. Okay, it's 20th Century, which is Disney. So okay, they won't give a shit. Had to check. Always got to check. I have not heard of this movie. All right.
I can teach you things. I will give you all the tools.
What did he say?
You can be whatever you want.
Oh, he's just putting with a really heavy Norse accent.
Anything you want.
Just remind everybody that Disney should burn in hell just for this all on its own, for murdering 20th Century Fox in the middle of the night and rebranding it 20th Century Studios. They should burn in hell for that alone. Burn in hell.
When it matters. And you'll know what to do.
Sperm whale. Just pausing for transformative purposes. Oh, there you go. Yeah, just have fun with Stargate. Have fun. Enjoy it. And just remember, the 1994 movie does not line up perfectly with SG-1. Things are retconned with SG-1 to make it connect. You have to understand that. Is he going to get eaten? Okay, no. I'm just kidding. Oh. Oh, yeah, see, that's the thing. If you didn't know that, the sperm whale's diet, they hunt giant squid. They hunt giant squid. That's one of the things. That's why if you ever watch those old, or when they tried to find evidence of the Architeuthis ducks, the giant squid, to try and see if they really existed, you track sperm whale hunting grounds, because that's where you're going to find remnants or remains, because in the deepest parts of the ocean, they're the natural predator of the giant squid, Architeuthis ducks. And you notice the scars. Just I know we're supposed to be feeling bad for this kid, but I don't care right now. These scars, that's from giant squid tentacle claws. Because you don't know this. Squids, they've got talons inside their suckers. So when the sperm whale grabs it, that squid latches on. That's what these scars are on a sperm whale. It's from giant squid talons. Oh, sucks to be you, kid. You can see, yeah, you can see the tentacle there. So this is essentially this isn't a trailer. This is a scene from the movie. And this kid just has no good luck, doesn't he? Oh no. Oh no. I'm kind of laughing. I'm laughing at this because it feels kind of silly to me.
Survivors survive.
All right. So we're essentially doing Pinocchio. He's now going to be trapped inside the whale, fighting the squid as the squid gets digested. I'm sorry. This seems. I don't know if I can take this seriously. Now I can understand if he's going to be able to breathe in there because the whale has the oxygen because it stores its oxygen through the blowhole and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know how if this movie's longer than an hour. I don't know how we do with this. I don't know how we do this. You know what? You knew how? Did you know I'd react like this? Did you know that this is going to be my reaction? I was going to laugh at this because I can't quite. I can't take it seriously. Oh dear. Oh dear. You know me too well, my friend. You know me too well. Yeah, I can't take this seriously. I cannot. I'm sorry. I just can't. I will not be seeing this unless somehow you guys make me. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. All right. Why don't we check out the news? We're over an hour, so why don't we check out the news and see if there's. Oh, we got to talk Nintendo Direct. We got to look at the Nintendo Direct stuff. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at this stuff. So let's go through the basic news first. Did I even set up the basic news? No, I did. Yeah, I did. Here we go. All right, let's refresh everything real quick. Now we'll start when it comes to Nintendo Direct stuff. We'll go to IGN for the overview, but I'm going to go to Niche Gamer for the articles because the Niche Gamer articles are better in terms of their quality and layout. It's not a bunch of extra shit. It's just the game. Because Niche Gamer is better than IGN. Niche Gamer, if you want to sponsor me, I'm listening. Anyway, all right, let's get to the news. Let me check Stream Elements real quick. Okay, nothing there. Yeah, Baron Munchausen too. You're right. Baron Munchausen was also inside a whale. That's an interesting movie. That's a fascinating movie. Fascinating movie with a pretty good cast. Anyway, all right, news. Paramount CEO Ellison tells Leslie Stahl 60 Minutes will have editorial independence. Sure, whatever. Listen, I'm not necessarily a fan of the Ellisons, but when Skydance took over Paramount, they cleaned house and they're trying to make it a working studio entertainment company again. So I give them credit for that. DoorDash can become the entertainment industry's most reliable late night resource. All right, no shade thrown at people who that's their job, but personally, I'm not paying a premium just to get something I can go pick up myself delivered to me. I'm not doing that. Then again, I don't eat out. I don't eat out. I make my own food. The closest thing I eat out is when I pick up some Costco pizza. That's it. That when I'm in regular home mode. No, traveling doesn't count. When you're out, when you're traveling, that's different. But at home, I cook for myself. And I save money. I calculated what it takes to feed me. Since I was, I'm budgeting right now for the move and how to save money. And I calculate essentially in a week to 2 weeks, it essentially costs me, just me, not my mom, but just me. It costs between $30 and $50 to feed me for 1 to 2 weeks. That's all it costs to feed me. $30 to $50. That's it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now that's just food. That's just the food. Non-perishable sundries. That's extra shit that we have to also pay for. But the food aspect, I'm a pretty cheap date. I'm self-sufficient. $30 to $50 to feed me. Because some things I buy every week and some things I buy every couple of weeks if I'm slowly going through. What I'll do, sometimes I'll stock up on chicken breasts and then I'll freeze them and then I'll slowly go through it because I don't eat a ton of chicken breasts this week. I eat a lot of cheese and pasta. I eat ground beef and stuff like that, but it's all put together and stuff that feeds me 2 to 3 times. I make a whole bowl of ziti that feeds me 3 times. When I make my ziti, when I make my ziti to serve, when I make a calzone, that feeds me 3 to 4 times. At least 2 dinners, maybe a third, possibly a lunch, possibly. And other stuff, chicken breast, make a chicken pasta salad. I eat a lot of eggs because I can get here. Once again, if you don't understand the glory of Costco, you must understand the glory of Costco. I get right now, because I just bought some last weekend, because I'm restocking right now just to make sure I could not do it. 5 dozen eggs for $8.09. And Kirkland is a good brand. Kirkland's eggs are good eggs. So I get $5. I get 5 dozen eggs for $8.09. I eat a lot of eggs. I eat eggs at least 4 or 5 times a week for lunch. 3 eggs on a bagel. 3 eggs on a bagel almost every day during the week because it's quick, it's easy, and it's good for me. Eggs are good for you. Good, solid protein. A little mozzarella cheese in there. Anyway, so I'm a cheap date. It doesn't take a lot. And I cook myself. I cook for myself. So ingredients make it good. Anyway, all right, let's keep going here. Last day review, Alicia Vikander is another modern-day Mrs. Dalloway in Rachel Rose's skilled, subtle mood piece. Don't care. Don't care about baseball. Good Sir Algram the Strong for $19.99 for entertaining whale fall and the smirk you gave me knowing you'd quickly start in with the critical chainsaw. As I mentioned, Campia just loves it. So I sort of set you up, but got a great laugh nonetheless. Thank you, Algram, for that. We'll say it's the $20. And let's update the banner then. Let's make sure we keep a track of it. So that puts us at 95 for the month. Thank you, good Sir Algram. I appreciate your support as always, my friend. All right. And you set me up. You bastard, you set me up. See, this is what happens when someone's been modding for you for 4 years. They know exactly what's gonna push your button and how you're gonna react to something. I know I'm predictable in certain areas. I want to be unpredictable in some ways, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, I know I'm going to be predictable. I know I am. And you got me. All right. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. Netflix's Lupin Part 4, 6 October release date. All right. I hate the Lupin anime. Lupin the Third. I despise that anime. Some people live and swear by it. I've always hated it my entire life. But if I hate something in the anime form, I'm not going to give Netflix's race-swapped version of it time of day. So, fuck off. And you know what I watched last night? I watched Alita Battle Angel last night. One of the few good live-action anime adaptations out there. Rumor has it they're getting close to starting that sequel finally. Cameron and Robert Rodriguez looks like they might have swayed enough goodwill with Disney to get that sequel going. I'd be all about that. I love that movie. I had a lot of fun last night watching that. Let's see. What else we got here? The paper, don't care. Disclosure Day. So Disclosure Day comes out on Friday. I have no interest in that. And I'll be interested to see how it does. We'll definitely do a box office hit on Roundtable this weekend. See if Disclosure Day can break in. Also, because I think Steven Spielberg is a joke. He has made a couple of good movies, but I don't think he's not as great as people want to pretend He is. At the same time, he made a statement that it's going to make people question their religion, especially Christians. Yeah, I don't think that's a good take, dude. I don't think it's a good take, my dude. Do not. Ah, whale fall. Thank you. I'm just gonna laugh. Move on. People don't care about. Let's see. Anna Faris, real scary, was just cut her Melania Trump takedown. I was always pushing for Cindy to be a classic MAGA. Okay. I don't know if she's mocking or saying goodwill. But Anna Faris, as we said, I respect your comedic talent. How about you don't talk about that kind of stuff? Let's not do that. Paramount accuses Netflix of panic-level scorched earth campaign to poison regulators against Warner Brothers deal. A lot of people are trying to tank this, but it's going to happen. There's no stopping it. It's going to happen. It would have to lose in the EU at this point to get knocked out. And that could happen, but I'm pretty confident that this time next year they'll be signing on the dotted line, and it'll be Paramount Warner Brothers, and James Gunn won't have a job anymore by the end of 2027. Don't care about Barry Weiss and 60 Minutes. Coco Melman, don't care about this crap children's television of the current day. Anything else here? I will forget about Maggie Q because I don't give a fuck about Maggie Q. Anything here? Girl Meets World. Wait, is that where Sabrina Carpenter came from? Is that where Sabrina Carpenter came from? Girl Meets World? I've been trying to figure out for years where this talentless, nothing PDF file bait bitch came from. She came from girl. Is that what she came from? Damn. Well, sometimes you find the answers when you least expect them. Fuck The Simpsons. Who cares? Conan O'Brien. I don't care about him anymore either. Jay-Z is a psychopath and a commie. Don't care about him. Paramount Warner Bros. Merger to be formally investigated by UK competition watchdog. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. And I don't care about Bryan Cranston and that chick because I don't give a crap about anything they've done. Not my type of entertainment. Yeah, I will say it. I don't care about Breaking Bad. I will never care about Breaking Bad. Never. Elle Woods goes from LA It Girl to Seattle Outcast and Legally Blonde prequel series. Why do we care about a Legally Blonde prequel series? Why do we care about a Legally Blonde prequel series? We have 2 movies that tell Elle's story. The first one is good. Second one can wipe my ass. Why do we care about this? Scary movie, making money, blah, blah, blah. Anything else here? Anything else here before we go on to more interesting things? And yeah, everybody's, Jon Stewart cries. He's a man, baby. No, Trump storming out of that Meet the President interview was hysterical and funny. And you wish he would give you an interview and then he would storm out on you. You wish. Then again, he wouldn't because Trump would want to make you bend the knee and kiss the ring. Jeez. All right, let's go to gaming. All right, so I'm going to look at just articles here not pertaining to the Nintendo Direct and things related to it. There's a couple things in here that I'm going to zoom through it. They did announce Guild Wars 3, and it's going to be subscription free. I'm still not going to play it. I'm not really into Guild Wars. Then once again, everybody's excited for Blood Rain. Don't lie to you. Don't lie to anybody. New Spider-Man filming spotted in London. Okay, wait a minute. We are a couple of months away, and they're doing reshoots? I got to check. Let's check this out. Spider-Man fans have spotted filming taking place in London this week, though it's not clear what it's for. Videos taken by numerous onlookers show Spidey suspended from wires over a smoky scene and landing on top of a partially crushed car that's half buried in rubble. Footage of the film does show Spider-Man with his mask off, though it's hard to tell from distance if it's Tom Holland or a stunt double. And there it is. That might be Tom Holland. That might be Tom Holland. Now they're still filming Doomsday reshoots. Wait, of course Marvel. Wait, so yeah, they're still doing Doomsday reshoots. Oh. Listen, we've heard some leaks today about Brand New Day that a toy came out. Of course, always leave it to the toys to spoil a movie. Sadie Sink's toy character has pink energy, and now combined with other things, it is saying she's going to be Jean Grey, and she's essentially the villain of the movie. It looks like Jean Grey is the villain, and she's going to mind fuck Hulk. I'm telling you, Spider-Man Brand New Day is a narrative nightmare. I'm telling you, it's going to be a narrative nightmare. Hugh Laurie did some shit. He attacked somebody on social media for criticizing House, and now he's bending the knee and taking it back. Jason Momoa is no longer part of the Helldivers movie. That's a blow. That's a blow to that movie. They needed his star power to get people for that. I understand. Lots of people are hopeful for it. I mean, here's the thing. Here's why I say this. From the trailers we've seen, it just looks like this movie's narrative is going to be all over the place. It's as though they didn't know what movie they wanted to make. And I still say they had a chance to clean break from fake Mary Jane and Ned, but they're still having them be a part of it. It's just I feel like it's going to be a narrative nightmare, and it's not going to make a lot of sense. I'm not saying it's going to be bad, and it's going to make $1 billion, but I just feel like there's too many things going on in that movie. I just feel like there are. It's also a long movie too. Let's see what the runtime is. Look at that. Runtime is stop. No, I didn't want to click on a video. I mean that. I hate their videos. Yeah, that's kind of it. All right, so here it is. Here we go. Load, please. Thank you. 2 hours, 30 minutes. That's a lot. That's asking a lot right now to sit through 2 hours, 30 minutes. It's asking a lot. We'll see. But anyway, so Nintendo Direct happened. And let's go down here because Niche Gamer pretty much has everything that was announced of relevancy for it. And we're going to reset the zoom here because it's too much. Let's go to page 2. Okay, here we go. So this is here we go. So a lot of ports. They announced a lot of ports. Stellar Blade 1 and 2 will be coming to the Switch. Good for the Switch players. I guess that's good. Onimusha Way of the Sword coming to Switch 2. Again, the support. Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen. So Dragon's Dogma and its DLC will be coming to the Switch. I don't know what Big Walk is. So okay, these are some ports. Let's go back to the previous page. Restaurant Management Sim One Piece Grand Gourmet announced. I will make Dermy play that. As much as I love One Piece, I'm not going to do that. No. Nope. Don't know what Orbitals is. Ninjala, a new Fire Emblem game. I played one Fire Emblem game on the GameCube. One. I kind of liked it. There's a couple on the Switch, one that I'm willing to look at one point, but this point they're really expensive. The prices never go down, and I don't want to pay full price for a 5-6-year-old game. That's not right. So I'd like to get back to Fire Emblem someday, maybe. Jujutsu Kaisen, don't care. Nintendo launched new Donkey Kong challenges and Mario collaboration event. Okay, all right. There more Devil May Cry. I think there's some extra stuff in here. This is not necessarily the Nintendo Direct, but this is. So new Xenoblade game. Let's check this out. I played Xenoblade 1. Never finished it because I got bored halfway through. I was not enjoying myself with the Monado. It's the Monado. I just wasn't having fun with it. So it's been in development. So why don't we watch these trailers? We'll have to open a new tab on this one because I didn't share audio on this. So I will open a new tab, new window, and we'll watch this and see. worth our. Let's see if it's anything interesting. We'll check these out. I want to give Nintendo its fair shake here because I know some of you in here are Nintendo Switch players. I know you are, so I'm willing to give you guys some time to judge this. Remember, I'm neutral. I don't care. The Monarch.
アニマは世界の源である。
Oh, it's Japanese.
水も
Water,
火も
fire,
風も
wind.
世界を構
Every
成する
force
その
that
全
gave
て
shape to this world.
大地を流れる
Looks nice.
ア
I'll
ニ
tell you,
マ
this
が
game looks nice. Let's go back here a second. Game looks nice. Give him credit. Looks good.
するその
Now, are we still? Is it still the same world where it's the two giants that civilization is on? Hey, go for a painting. How you doing? Is it still the same world where the giants are still where everybody lives? Is it still the same world?
大地を流れるアニマが形を変え
That's
た
just
も
an animal that flows through the land.
のそして
And
戦い
when
を
battles
す
were
るに
raged,
いつも
they were decided by
その
anima and
力を
those
時
who
代
could
に
wield
振
its
るう
power.
士だ
Warriors known as the Vesali.
この剣の名に恥じめ
I'll uphold this blade of honor, I swear it.
ここが
So this is Lucos.
リューコス
All right, looks like it's setting up a nice little game here. This doesn't look too bad. I don't dislike what I'm seeing here. Looks like a nice game. Looks good. Looks good.
その
Visually.
石はアニマ小石
Anima Cry
騎士の
Cry.
力を増幅させ
Amplifies
る
its
だけで
powers, but also records
そ
bears
のもの
response
の
and action.
行動や思いも刻みますこれからのあなたの学院
All right, so it looks like you can play this elf chick or this at least pointy-eared chick. I'm not gonna say elf. I don't know what the races are of the world. Remember, plenty of fantasy worlds will have pointy ears and they'll call them something else, not elves. So it looks like this is your protagonist.
生活のすべてがその石と共にあると思ってください
Clearly an action
今日の訓練
RPG.
は実践を想定しての
Actual combat. All right, so you're going to some sort of academy training storyline.
力の使い方なんとなく分かった気がする
Okay.
死って人殺しの職業だ。奪われた側はどう思うんだろうな。
真実見つけてみない
Let's find the truth together.
失った人の
Oh.
魂ドラゴンの炎で浄化することで罪が賄われ
All
田
right,
舎
so
貴族
you know what that looks like? Let's go back here. You know what that looks like? Let's take a look at this background here.
浄化することで
Look at the way it's shaped. It looks like they're either in a Dyson sphere or a ring world. That's clearly okay. We're past the whole living on the two giant Titan things. Clearly, I have not kept up with Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3. So, but all right. So this looks like definitely some because look at the way the angle is there. If they're looking up, that means that the ocean in the sky and those are island fixtures. So maybe it's a Dyson sphere world. Maybe it's one of them. Maybe something like that.
田舎貴族の限界を教えてあげる
あいつ使えるぜ。定石なしで騎士の力。
生と死すべて
Harmony with the anima.
帰るのさあの場所に
さあ始まるわよ
There we go. Okay. That's probably our heroic cast right there.
兄上行ってまいります
ここは6つの太陽に照らし出された
Warned by the okay, so this is a Dyson sphere with 6 suns at its center. Okay.
そこで人々は知ることになる破れた神の恨みが
And I'm just saying Dyson sphere because that's essentially if it's a world, an internal world with power suns in the center, that's what it is.
未だ晴らされてはいないこと
Huh. And now this is a Switch 2 exclusive. So if I ever wanted to play Xenoblade Genesis, I'd have to have a Switch 2. That's just what I mean. That looks like a good game. No beating around. It looks like a nice, serious action RPG. Looks like they've advanced the series a little bit so that it's more appealing to play with. I did not like the Monado storyline. I really did not. I would play this if I had a Switch 2, but I don't have a Switch 2. I don't plan on getting a Switch 2 anytime soon. So, but still, looks like a good game. So that's an RPG win for switch 2 players right there. That's a win. I'm going to count that as a win for people who, for that Nintendo Direct. That's clearly a win for that. I'm going to keep this open for other videos to check on. So let's keep that. I'll just make a new window. All right, so let's go back to looking at the story. So that's one of the bigger things come out of there, and definitely an exclusive. And Xenoblade fans, I think you're going to get something good out of that. Looks like you get a good game out of that. All right, moving on. Dragon Quest Monsters: The Withered World launches in December. Okay, there's a lot of Square Enix stuff in here. There's a bunch of Square Enix stuff, and the Square Enix stuff will not be exclusive because all Square Enix titles are now cross-platform, generally at launch, starting with Revelation. That'll be cross-platform at launch. So it's not a surprise that alongside the announcement of Dragon Quest 12 a week or so ago, we're now getting another Dragon Quest spin-off announcement. Square Enix is doubling, tripling down on their classic titles, as we're really going to see in here in a minute here. So this is probably a good move here. Another Atelier game. I kind of like these games. I've played only one series. I'm still playing it, actually. I started playing it a couple years ago, and I just kind of stopped the middle one. That shit is fan service galore. Jiggly, jiggly, jiggly. But they're fun, easy little games. I don't mind them. That's probably going to be cross-platform, too. Well, let's see. Is this out of Nintendo Direct? Let's take a look real quick. Let me take a look at that real quick. Is this also out of the Nintendo Direct? No, this is straight up Koei Tecmo saying, hey, guy, yeah, it's cross-platform, too. Atelier games are good, and they're filled with lots of sexy girls. So I appreciate Atelier games. I know, like I said, I'm playing one. I have the trilogy, right? The Ryza trilogy. Atelier Ryza. She is woo. Here we go. Final Fantasy Resonance. Now, this was announced during the Direct, but as you can see here, cross-platform on October 22nd. This is based off of the now defunct Exodus game, mobile game. They've taken all that content and remade it into an HD 2D game, which I think is brilliant. I think it's brilliant. Return to the pixel art world of FF, evolved from its classic roots, travel with companions bound by fate and called on visions to aid you in battle to uncover the truth behind a force that threatens to bring everything through. And this is a classic JRPG menu-driven battle, no active battle system. And we've got a trailer, so let's open this up in a new window, and let's check out this trailer. Now, it's from the Direct, but this is going to be for everything. So this is probably going on my Christmas list. I can tell you that now. This is probably going on my Christmas list because this sounds like a nice, fun, classic Final Fantasy type game that I would love to get behind. So let's take a look.
The first Final Fantasy in HD 2D.
Yeah! They're playing the theme!
Final Fantasy returns to its roots with cinematic pixel art.
Dude!
In a classic tale of Christmas.
I'm already sold. Look how nice that looks. Let's start again. Look at this.
Final Fantasy returns to its roots with cinematic pixel art. In a classic tale of crystals with a new twist.
A classic tale of crystals. I'm telling you, Square Enix, they went... Oh, we're not full screen on this. Let's full screen this. Here we go. Square Enix went back to basics. They said, let's go back to what makes us Square Enix. And let's make these games again. None of this Forspoken shit. None of this other third-party, third team shit in the West where we don't watch over them. No, we're retracting. We're going back to basics. And I've been saying, I played the Dragon Quest HD 2D stuff. They were great. They were fun. They were classic. This is a bold and smart move to put a new FF game in HD 2D. Bahamut!
Final Fantasy Resonance.
Now, really, not a mainline game. This is a spin-off series, but spin-offs can be good. Just look at tactics.
A mysterious warrior driven by revenge and shrouded in darkness seeks to shatter the 8 crystals that sustain this world. As a knight
Rain, that's your protagonist. That's a classic FF hero right there.
of the realm, you set out.
Oh, look at that! Oh, that looks glorious. Let's see that again.
As a knight of the realm.
Look at that terrain, guys. Yes. This is where we need to go back to this. I don't mind cinematic stuff. I love a good modern day game. But please, you cannot go wrong with this, man. Look at this beautiful art. That's a fantasy world right there. Oh, I'm more. Take my money. Take my money.
You set out on a journey to protect the crystals. Encounter allies bound by a shared fate.
Party system. Party system.
Explore fantastic lands.
Yeah. Airship. Airship. Classic tropes.
And overcome countless perils along the way.
Good classic JRPG battle menu. Summoning. Oh, look, there's. Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Now, I know one of the girls, she's a summoner, and you have to go get idol icons. You have to go to different dungeons. They're optional to collect them.
Let's do this thing!
Uncover the secrets of the past as you discover the truth of this world. Summon new strength from outside.
All right, so we saw Ramu, we saw Shiva.
And with
it's going to be the classic summons too. I love it. Bahamut. Odin! Odin! I love this.
Final Fantasy Resonance. Coming October 22nd, 2026.
Hell yes. Oh.
Heroes resonate across worlds.
Yeah, you could summon classic heroes too. You could summon all the mainline heroes as mini summons attacks. Oh, she's psycho. She's a psycho. She's a psycho. Yeah, it's going on my Christmas list. That's going on my Christmas list. I'm not gonna get that at launch. It's close enough. I'll wait for Black Friday. That's on my Christmas list. I'm getting that for the holidays. I got 3 games now on my Christmas list right now. I've got Octopath Traveler 0. I've got Dragon Quest 7 Remake, and this is on there. It's totally on there. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm there, dude. This is classic, and I love it. I told you. I've been telling you guys, Square Enix realized the way to go back to glory, and that's going old school. It's going old school. Do what you did best, man. Do what you did best. All right, let's keep going. They also announced a Tales of Eternia remastered. Okay, I'm not a fan of Tales of Eternia. I got about 85% done with that game when it was released on the PS1, and I didn't like it. Some people are wetting themselves over this. I'm not. I did not really enjoy Tales of Eternia. I did not. Not a fan of that game. I got bored. I was done. I was in the last part of the game, and I just said, I'm done. Don't want to finish it. Let's see. Duskbloods. People are excited for Duskbloods. That's a good thing. I don't want that. And here come the big hitters now. Kingdom Hearts Collection 1 through 3 and Kingdom Hearts 4. Now, this is also Square Enix cross-platform. This is a big deal. This is Square Enix delivering on a promise that has been hidden for years. Full disclosure, I could give 2 fucks about Kingdom Hearts. I am not a Kingdom Hearts guy. I am not a fan of this franchise. But It's a big seller for SE. Big seller. And the fact that they are ready to release this now, that's good. That's good. And it's cross-platform. It's for everybody. And this is going to make them money. People, the Kingdom Hearts fans, they are hardcore. They love this franchise. They'll play it from the mainline games to the handheld games. All that shit, they play it all. Me? No. But this is smart. And people are excited and good. Even though I'm not interested in this at all, I say good because it's Square Enix continuing to rebuild the goodwill and deliver the games they need to deliver to their fan base, to their customer base. And then, of course, this is the big thing that everybody is, of course, talking about now. The Ocarina of Time remake is real. It's real. So why don't we open the new window here? And I will pause it. Now, full disclosure once again, I've told you guys many times, I never owned a Nintendo 64. I borrowed one. Well, not borrowed one. I kept it safe for a friend during sophomore year of college. During sophomore year of college, where he didn't want his girlfriend to get her hands on it. So he gave it to me for safekeeping, and I used it for a couple of games. I used it for Pokemon Stadium, and I used it, and I played Star Fox 64. And that was about, maybe I played one more game, I think. I don't really remember anymore. That was about it. But I never played Zelda Ocarina of Time because I had moved on from Nintendo, and I didn't care. First Zelda game I played the first Zelda game I played since Link to the Past was Breath of the Wild. So you could see the large gap. But that doesn't mean I hadn't paid attention or kept track of everything. And I know that Ocarina of Time is a big deal for the Zelda hardcore fan base, for the Zelda fan base in general. So people have wanted this for a long time, and now here it is officially, the Switch 2 Ocarina of Time remake.
Long ago, there was a land called Hyrule, created by beings of supreme divinity. At the very edge of this kingdom, there lay a small forest.
Not Nintendo hater confirmed. Nintendo apathetic. I don't care about Nintendo. They generally do not make games that I like. And as we can see now, the games I do like, I can get them on my preferred platforms, either console or PC, or PS5 and PC. I don't need Nintendo. Nothing Nintendo offers on its own. I've said this is nothing new, no news. I don't care about Nintendo first-party games. I haven't for 30 years almost now. Really haven't. So there's no reason for me to do Nintendo. Because if you do Nintendo for their first-party games, I mean, they also announced a Pokopia thing, which I will break this. Dermy's already crying because he knows you guys are going to make him play Pokopia because he has to go back to it now. Make Dermy play Pokopia. Make him do it. Anyway, Nintendo just doesn't have anything for me. I don't hate Nintendo. They just don't have anything for me. I've taken my business elsewhere. But I do respect when they do things right. And this is a move that they should have done a long time ago. Ocarina of Time remake.
Within it, an ancient solitary tree quietly watched over the inhabitants of the forest. These forest dwellers were called the Kokiri. Each had a fairy companion, and they lived out their innocent lives in these woods. However, there was one particular boy.
I will say that, I'll save my comment for the end. I was going to say something to this.
Who did not have a fairy.
Dun, 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 dun. So hardcore Zelda fans are getting it this year, and good for them. Enjoy it. Now, this is interesting. How much time have they been putting into this? And we are a year away from the live action Zelda movie. Is this all they're doing for the tie-in to the movie, or will they announce another new mainline Zelda game next year? I wonder. I'm just curious about that. I don't know. I think this is smart. I think that it's a good idea to engage those who bought a Switch 2 with Ocarina of Time remake. I think it's a good move. But at the same time, it's not moving the franchise forward, because while people like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom was not as well received. And because it was essentially Breath of the Wild DLC, let's be honest. I played a little bit into it during the whole. I had started playing Tears of the Kingdom, but then I got COVID, and I stopped playing back when it came out, and I never went back. Here's one of the reasons I didn't go back to Tears of the Kingdom. I've been saving this for a video for tryhards, but I'll do it with you guys here. Let me go with you guys with this one here. This is the reason that I didn't go back to Tears of the Kingdom. Not because I wasn't having fun, not because it wasn't a decent game, but because when you can do shit like this, it kind of makes me even though it's massively creative, and I'm not sharing audio on purpose here, even though the Tears of the Kingdom mechanic of building shit with your powers was massively creative, when you're building a Zaku and you're going out in the world to fuck shit up, I kind of it kind of defeats the purpose of being in a Zelda game. And we've seen a lot of creations that people have made in Tears of the Kingdom. This defeats the purpose of the game for me. I know maybe it is the purpose of the game. It's really cool. Yeah, don't get me wrong. This is cool as fuck. But why I wanted to play a Zelda game, not a Gundam game or some game where I'm making another mecha or a giant ship to blow shit up. I'm just it's not a Zelda game anymore. It's not. It's not a Zelda game anymore. So here we are, and I'm probably never going to go back to Tears of the Kingdom, because I have ideas, but I can never make something like this. I don't think I could. And I see this stuff and I think maybe, and I feel like, why am I even trying to play this game? I'm not playing it right. It's selling it more to you. Yeah, you could make all kinds of crazy shit. I mean, the shit that I made was pretty bitch basic. I made bitch basic shit in my Tears of the Kingdom. I wasn't very creative. I just made transportation. I didn't make anything with weapons. All I was making was transportation. This is insane. This is nuts. The guy made a fucking Zaku. And we've seen other shit. I showed a video once of somebody made another mech or something like this that was made to take out one of the 3-headed dragons that roam. And when I was playing the game, I thought, man, I'm going to have to get on the ground. I'm going to fight that thing at some point. And then I saw some dude build a ship that took it out with lasers. And I thought, what am I doing? Here I was thinking I was going to be cool and have a challenge and go fight it hand-to-hand combat with a sword. Nope. I could just build a giant mecha or spaceship or fighter and shoot it with lasers till it's dead. This whole mechanic was very cool, but it kind of took the challenge out of this game. I'm sure you can't bring this shit in for the final Ganon fight, I'm sure. But still, everything else, So when they come out with Ocarina of Time, one, I think that's a sign of we're going back to basics, which is smart. Show your fan base who were tired of the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom format that you're going back to what they know and love and expect. But at the same time, if this is your game you're putting out to tie into the movie, good, but also I don't think it's going to get people excited for the movie because it's coming out now in 2026. The movie's coming out in 2027. So I kind of wonder, is there another Zelda game in the works coming? We'll find out. Anyway, overall, I would say it looks like the Direct delivered on a few interesting things, but none of it's going to make me buy a Switch 2. At least not for another 5 years. So that's a good point. Get back to basics. Stop adding new layers and making more complicated. Still have it be an engaging gameplay, but we don't need... I mean, if you want people to have creativity, make a game based on the creativity. Don't add it to something that basically turns the game into a giant easy mode. Because that's what construction turned out to be. For the really super creative people with Tears of the Kingdom, that put that game on super easy mode for a lot of people with their creations that they could, with a push of a button, could recreate in a second. Because in that game, you can save your templates and push a button. And as long as you have all the mats, boom, reproduces it. You're good to go. Either way, I would say the Nintendo Direct probably landed where it needed to with its announcements, and Nintendo will deliver. Now, I'm surprised. Let me do one more look right now. I'm surprised they didn't have, aside from Pokepia, that there wasn't another Pokemon announcement. Yeah, they didn't announce anything, or they announced a Star Fox demo. Okay, fine. Pokepia, but the new mainline Pokemon game did not get any information. So I guess they're going to save that for later in the year. Anyway, I guess we're done now. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. I'm going to still think about getting Bell right. So you guys let me know how you feel about that one. Like I said, I've got a little non-actual money that can be used to pay bills sitting around. Therefore, I might use that. I might not. We'll see. It depends how desperate I feel. Either way. So thank you guys for hanging out today. I appreciate everybody's support. Your generosity is always, always welcome. And it literally helps keep a roof over my head and keep the lights on. Literally, specifically right now, it will keep a roof over my head. That's what it's going to do. All support for the channel, whether it's a view, whether it's ad revenue, super chat, or Stream Elements tip, that is going to keeping a roof over Adam's head for the foreseeable future. So I will be back tomorrow. We'll see what happens overnight. Maybe I'll game tonight. Maybe I won't. We'll see. I don't have to do anything complicated for dinner. Just going to throw some ziti in the pan, layer it up, put it in the oven, eat it to be happy. But tomorrow is another day. Thank you all for being here. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you guys later. Oh yeah. Reminder. Okay. Tryhards, Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, Dermy's channel. We've got Drive-In, Saturday, 7 p.m. again. We'll do 7 p.m. again because I got to get my hair cut on Saturday. That takes time. Can't be rushed. 7 p.m. we're doing GoldenEye. And then Roundtable, 3 p.m. Eastern this Sunday. And anything in between, we'll see what happens. I will catch you guys later. Until then, take it easy, everybody.